Yo, what's poppin', Cobra Star Green? Back with another ability. Your first time finding our channel, you love anything explain, spoiler reviews, stuff like that. Movie reviews, you guys make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also like the video. Yes, finally, after years. Oh, I guess just a year. We finally get to see Dune. Now, we went to an early screening of Dune, but I saw online that, well, yeah, the movie's pretty much completely leaked online, so I knew Warner Brothers is mad about that. And that's at the same time I heard the same people that leaked Dune are gonna be leaking Batman. So if y'all leaking Batman, hey, I'm trying to see that. But let's just get right into it, y'all. Let's talk about things in the movie we liked and things in the movie we did not like. So first thing I'm gonna talk about is what I liked. I liked overall, man, and we just seen Halloween Kills. I love this story. You know, the story you see throughout this whole entire film. The film takes its time going through the story. I would say the story is like story and then the set design. Now the set design of all makes me want to tell you go see this in IMAX. I would say just off the set designing, man.
For sure.
There's a giant Donald McWorm in the film and stuff like that, man. You gotta see that on IMAX just for those. But if we're gonna get into really quick the characters in the film, really quick, because I know we just recorded a review that was 25 minutes and the file was corrupted, but
it was one of our best reviews.
Yeah, it had to be one of our best reviews. But let's just talk about these characters. Now, first character I'm gonna talk about, since she just popped up first, is a character that they promote a lot in the trailer, but she's not really in it like you think she's gonna be in it. You know what I'm saying? And literally, she's in the movie kind of how every guy in the world envisions her in their mind. And I'm talking about Zendaya. So Zendaya pretty much in this film, like, I know they kind of advertise her as like she's gonna be throughout the whole entire film. She's not. She's only in this dude, what's his name? Paul's head. Yeah, we only see her through Paul's little dreams he's having going on, and then we see her at the very end of the film at the same time too. So, what do you think about Zendaya? How do you think about her?
It doesn't really feel like Zendaya in the film, which is a good thing. Like, not saying Zendaya is a bad, person or anything like that. But yeah, no, it feels like the character more so than it does feel like the actress. And yeah, she utilized pretty well, but not very often for this story. And it did kind of feel abrupt, kind of like, all right, well, that's all we get for now. I guess we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we talking about Zendaya, right? And I'm like she's good, but it's like, and I'll get onto this in a little bit. The movie, in a lot of ways, makes you want more, especially from a lot of characters. A lot of characters, their character arc ends in the middle of the film, and you don't see them again for the rest of the movie. So we'll talk about those certain characters in a little bit, but when it comes to Zendaya, I was like, bruh, there is so much more I want from this character, and I don't like leaving movies like that, I know when the movie had first started, now I know if you look at the poster, at the top of it, it says It Begins. I know that was a huge red flag there. I didn't even see it. But when the movie first starts out here, it says Dune Part 1, so I'm thinking, oh boy, I know how this is finna go. And yes, it went exactly how I thought it was gonna go. I knew I was gonna have a lot of characters, that I would be wanting more from. And Zendaya was definitely one of those characters I wanted more from. Let's talk about a character that, it could be everybody's favorites, but we'll see here and there. But let's talk about our main actor. What's his Timothy, or what's his name?
Timothy. I forget how to say the last name. Charlotte,
yeah. But in the movie, his name is Paul.
Yeah.
But you go ahead and talk about Paul real quick.
Amazing performance. Man, every emotion, every bit of rage, everything. He just nails it. He is one of the best actors.
And he's young
right now,
too.
And he's
young.
He is destroying it.
Yeah, I think. Especially because the whole entire movie is going through his journey on him becoming king, Him
doing the test with the box. Wow. Just an amazing moment, amazing scene. You can feel all the pain. Like, it looks very much like his performance is so good that I would not be surprised if he actually was in pain. Like, it feels that real. amazing performance. He just knocked it out of the park, and he feels like a very genuine.
I'm not saying he carries the film, but it's like if we're gonna go through a movie with a single character or a character, this being our main character, this works. You know what I'm saying? He definitely works. Another character, and you had told me this after the movie, but another character I thought played really great. And which I thought she would do all right, but seeing her on the film, and I know you have a lot of thoughts to say about this particular set character, but let's talk about Rebecca Ferguson, which is Paul's mother in the film, and Oscar Isaac's wife. You go ahead and talk about her.
The Duke's wife, yeah, she's amazing. She teaches him more about the pitch, which can control people. Mm-hmm. She teaches him stuff like that, and she's also very loving, very sincere. You really feel like they're connected.
Yes, and like her character feels so real,
and she very much believes in a prophecy, so to speak, and that she is the one who gave birth to him to raise him to be up to that prophecy. Man, like the range of emotions, like in the box, or just any time like it's necessary, you really feel like she feels all this pain and anguish. Like she feels the fear, she feels the pain, and she does the iconic line, "Fear is the mind killer" from the book.
Because you were big on the book. You read the books.
Yeah, it's a solid performance, one of the best performances of the year, easily.
Yeah, now I'm talking about my favorite character. You probably guess it, but Jason Momoa. Yeah, what did he say? Aquaman. I only know him from Aquaman. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. That's like Dwayne Johnson. I only see him as a specific character. Like when it comes to Jason Momoa, I only see him as one character, and that's Aquaman. But seeing him in this film, by far, he's my favorite character. Now, this is a spoiler review. Whenever he dies, though, I was so sad. I was like, bro, and it's crazy because like how everybody dies in this film, it's like a complete sacrifice. You know, how he dies, how Jason Momoa's character
sacrifice for a cause they believe in.
Yeah. How Oscar Isaac dies is a sacrifice. How what's her name dies that's with them. You know, I forgot her name, but she dies also with the worm and stuff. So how they all die, it's nothing but a sacrifice. And I actually like deaths like that. You know, like if you're gonna die, make it like a what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like I can't think of the complete word.
A noble cause.
Yeah, noble cause. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
they set it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, but I just going on Jason Momoa's character. I would say, like I said, he's my favorite character in the movie. He's very charismatic. He's the one that brings the comedy into the film. You know,
there's a bit of levity with him. Yeah.
And I didn't think there's gonna be a lot of comedy, but you see comedy with him, with his character. You see it.
To me, with this film, it's like when the comedy's there, it's a little levity, and it doesn't force itself upon you. It feels very natural within the dialogue. It never feels like a one-liner or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It never feels like a quip. It never feels forced.
Yeah, so I thought Jason Momoa did great in the film. Now, another character we're going to talk about just really quickly, or we can talk about him how long we want to, but I want to talk about a single character, and I'm going to talk about Paul's father. And if you guys don't know who Paul's father is...
the Duke.
Yeah, the Duke, a.k.a. Oscar Isaac in the film. I thought he did great. I thought Oscar... Man, there's no characters in this movie that did not do great. Okay, I'll just say that. I'll get that out of the way. There's nobody that didn't do great. Go ahead. You want to say something?
You said in the last review that you're like, man, it seemed like they were setting him up to be like a petty.
Yeah, I was saying that before.
Kind of like evil person behind the scenes or something like that, or like at least very like stubborn or something like that. But yeah, like no, not at all the case. Very sincere, very loving person, leader, but stern. He loves his army.
Yeah, I thought honestly, I thought he was gonna be like a prick. Like, come on, man.
He loves his son.
Like type of dude that's like, man, I can't wait for him to die. But it's like, no, whenever you get introduced to his character, you see how much he loves his son, how much he loves his wife. It's like, dude, I don't want to see this character die. Mm-hmm. And then when he dies, it's like, he don't just die. It's a whole sacrifice at the same time. So Oscar, I really, really enjoyed Oscar Isaac's time on the screen. Now he's only in the film for maybe like an hour and maybe 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half.
It's enough for the film.
It's enough to complete his arc. Yeah. To complete his character.
Man, that moment was just
when he died.
Yeah.
Really, man.
Really.
Oh my God, yeah. When Oscar Isaac's character died, man, that was the most saddest thing. Cause it's like, it's funny because you have the Emperor, and we'll get on the Emperor next and stuff. Emperor and
He's actually the Baron.
Oh, the Baron. My bad.
Yeah.
But we'll get on him next. But it's like whenever he's like making like his sacrifice, he's like the Baron's like, yo, what'd you say? And he's like, and it's like everybody dies. So it's just a great sacrifice and a great way to end a great character, I would say. So yes, Oscar Isaac did his thing. Let's talk about some characters that were like, I know I said Zendaya, she needed more. I feel like her character needed a lot more stuff to be done. But let's talk about some more characters that I felt like needed some more stuff. Now, this is one of your personal favorites, the Baron in the film.
I like the Baron
if you guys don't know who the Baron is, it's kind of like the Emperor in Star Wars a little bit.
Not really even the Emperor. Well, kind of, but like kind of mix in the Emperor with Jabba the Hutt, kind of like that.
Okay.
That's what I think of.
I liked his performance though.
Skarsgård killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skarsgård just nailed it. And
he's so menacing.
Very looming. He's like goofy look, but like at the same time very menacing.
Yeah,
it's just a perfect combination. Very, very well done.
Like at first when I see him, I was like, "Can I take this character serious?" And he does those certain things where you have to take him seriously. It's like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. But yeah, I love this character.
Yeah, I loved every moment he was on screen. I liked his aesthetic. I liked the man. Again, I'm just gonna go on about the set design a little bit for their little empire area, their ships and stuff like that. Gorgeous, fit tonally.
Yeah, I think he did great in the film. Now, when I say this, they like I said before, they make you want more from certain characters. Mm-hmm. Another character I'm throwing in there is him. You know what I'm saying?
I do want more. Yeah,
it's kind of like. He ends in this little bathtub and you don't see him again after that. So, you know.
To be fair, though, what he was in gave me more than what Zendaya gave me in this. So.
What do you mean? Go on that.
I mean, just like more plot stuff or just more menacing presence. Like he had more screen time. Like he did more with that screen time. It felt like.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna be seeing more of him in the second movie.
Yeah.
Let's talk about one of his people. Let's talk about your boy. Dave Bautista. How did you like him in the film? I'll talk about how I liked him.
Just like in Blade Runner 2049, man, like he feels like one of the best wrestler actors.
Yeah,
ever.
by far,
like,
yeah.
Like, in this, there's, as far as I can remember, I don't think there's no levity, no comedy. It never feels like, oh, we just cast a wrestler because, like, it feels like a very much...
Like John Cena or something.
It feels like the character, like, is supposed to be. And every raw bit of emotion and anger and stuff like that feels very real. And, yeah, man, like, I'm so proud of Dave. What a great performance.
He did put on a really great performance.
I wanted more from him.
Yes, that's another character I have to say. Like, I don't know if we said in this review, but it's like with this movie, it's kind of like this needs to be on Netflix. I feel like because it's like once you see the ending of the movie, and we'll get into the ending of the movie in just a second. We'll explain it, but once you get towards that ending of the movie, it's kind of like, damn, I want more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, where the hell's the next episode? You know, that's what it kind of feels like. But we might have to wait 2 years for the next episode, so it kind of sucks on that aspect, but. Dave Bautista was definitely one of the characters I wanted more from. You know, there's so much more you can do with this character, but it's kind of like at that midway point, you don't ever see him again. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely wanting more from his character. Now, really quickly, I'm going to say before we get into the ending explain, the sound design in this film was phenomenal. There's certain points. Yeah. There's certain points where it's like there's fighting and there's like the music they have with it works so well. And there's also other points where they're fighting, especially at the ending of the film, where it's like there's no sound at all. It wants you to strictly focus on the fight at hand. You know what I'm saying? So I think the sound design and the set design is like reasons to go see it in IMAX. Especially because it's going to be louder in there. You know what I'm saying? So now let's get into the ending of the film. We can go ahead and get to the ending real quick.
Sure. Yeah. So.
And literally, they give away the ending in the trailer, but
yeah, basically, the mother and Paul, they're trekking through the desert using a very technical walking pattern so as not to get the worm's attention. But they end up getting the worm's attention anyway, and so the worm starts chasing after them. And I forget exactly what the tribe's name is, so forgive me for not saying the tribe's name, but basically they call over, they use a device to lure the worm out of their presence. And then they bicker amongst each other, they fight a little bit, and then they get challenged to a fight. And Paul fights in the honor of his mother. And so he wins that fight, and basically they carry on with that tribe onto the next movie with Zendaya and all of them. So yeah,
literally, it gives it away in the trailer, kind of like so. Literally, the ending shots, like no BS, y'all. Literally, like the ending shots. Spoiler review, but literally, this is one of the ending shots right here. That is the ending shot right there. And after that shot, you're like, Cobra, that's not how it ends. Oh no, you're right. It ends like this.
This is only the beginning.
And then it cuts to black. That's the ending. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't sugarcoating nothing. Literally, Zendaya literally says this, and it cuts to black.
This is only the beginning.
And just that ending, it's just like, man, why? I want so much more.
Yeah, I was kind of like, man, I don't know what they could have done to have a better ending for this first part.
It doesn't feel like a genuine ending.
It did feel like, man, there could be more to this movie alone.
Yes.
But it's already like stuffed with a lot of stuff. So it's hard to say what they should have done because, man, like I wanted more. Maybe that's a good thing to them because that'll guarantee seats for the next one or something like that. But I don't know. As an ending, I was like, man, it just doesn't feel right.
It's just like, man, there's so much story to tell within this movie.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Not like in the series. There's like so much more to tell in this movie.
Yeah.
To the point where I was like, the movie ends. I'm like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I know the movie
does feel like a critique that's very valid. Yeah.
Like, I know the movie is 2 hours and 35 minutes, but I'm not gonna lie, I would have not been mad to be in there 3 hours if it would have got me a better ending. You know what I'm saying? There's more story.
I feel like it's one of those same things where it's like if you had to stretch it to 3 hours 15, just to be able to fill in a better ending, I would have been okay with that. Because the book is like 20 hours of content. The first book alone, and there's more books. I haven't read the other books. Like that's just the first book alone. So, man, like I don't want to criticize it too heavily because it must be hard as it is to make this film in general.
It's shot so beautifully though.
It's just shot beautifully. I feel like that's a valid critique to some degree to be like, yeah, I feel like there could have been a better way to stop this or something. But yeah, man. Excellent film.
Yeah, we'll get into our ratings really quickly.
Yeah.
So going through, this was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I didn't know what to think about it, but I'm just like, look, it's been delayed. Everybody's overhyping this. It's a masterpiece. That's what everybody says. It's a masterpiece. And walking out of the theater, I would say there's a lot of moments where I felt like, damn, I just wanted more from that.
Yeah.
There's certain times in the movie where I was like, you could have cut back from that. There's points you said in the other review where it's like, they keep going back with this dream phase.
They did
over and over again.
Kind of linger on stuff like that, and then I was like, you kind of don't need to do that.
Like even this is a goddamn dream sequence right here.
And if I remember correctly, it might not be the case, but it did feel like that in the book too, where it was like, let's linger back on. And it's like you don't really need to linger back on that.
It's like all the
so it might be a book and a movie thing.
It's funny because like all the cool shots in here are all dreams, pretty much, like in the trailer.
Yeah,
it's like pretty much dreams. But aside from that, my rating might surprise a couple of you guys. I have to give this movie. With everything I said bad about it and everything I said good about it, I'm giving this movie a 9 out of 10, y'all. This movie blew me away, y'all. And it's crazy that I'm saying this because I should not be giving this movie as high of a rating as I'm giving it because of the fact that it's like, this movie doesn't feel complete, does not feel done. Is this a masterpiece? I'll say this is cinema, okay? but take that how you want to take it. But a 9 out of 10 is very fair.
Yeah, I set him up on some expectations, but then I thought about it more, and I was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe he won't like this. So I also kind of was telling him, hey, this might not be for you. I don't know if it is.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't think this movie will be for everybody. Honestly.
It's not going to be for everybody. I can tell you that right now. It's not going to be for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn.
If you just saw Halloween Kills and you think you finna say the same thing here, no. Calm down. It's a little bit different than
Very
a movie.
detail oriented. In a way, like there's a lot of confusing elements in terms of plot. You gotta get like adjusted to some of the lore and stuff like that. Reading the book, I can tell you, man, like it's a lot. Like you gotta go back and be like, oh yeah, this is that. So I will tell you, it's a slow burn. It's detail oriented, but if you adjust your expectations the right way, I think you can come out of this at least enjoying it to some degree. So yeah, with that being said, Denise has another one. I would not say it's better than Blade Runner 2049. I love that with all of my heart. I think that's one of the best movies of all time. It's not better than Sicario, and it's not better than... Well, no, it's better than Arrival, and it's better than Prisoners. So anyway, I'm going to get to it. Objective quality, I feel like this is a easy 9 out of 10 for me. Some pacing issues, some things that could have been fixed. The ending could have stopped at a better point. And then I would say subjective rating, I had a great 10-10 experience with it. I just enjoyed myself immensely. Yeah, man, like this is not for everybody, but I'm telling you, if there's an objective quality movie that needs to be put at like a 9-10 scale, this is one of them.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those movies.
If there's like ever an objective good movie, this is probably one of them.
This is definitely one of those movies where I like even regretted while I was in theater. I was like, yo, we should see this in IMAX. You know what I'm saying? We should go see this in IMAX.
This is very much an IMAX screening too.
Yes.
Yeah, must see an IMAX.
But you were saying, you were like, oh, this deserves
another one.
It's another one. You got another one.
Give me another one.
Another one.
And another one.
Yes.
Another one.
Another one. She said another one. So, yeah, that's our final thoughts on it. Like I said, I gave it a 9 out of 10. My co-host here gave it a 10 out of 10. What's your guys' thoughts on this down below? Now, we did have another review that was literally like 25 minutes long. For some reason, the file would not process and stuff like that, so we had to redo it. So I apologize for that because the other one was a lot better than this one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I feel like this one's pretty good too. I feel like
it wasn't as good.
I feel like we did our thing.
It wasn't as good as the other one. The other one was just godly. It was like our best review.
Don't hype up that other one too much, because what if we get it and then we put it out and it's like, man, this is not what they hyped it up to be.
Yeah, but hey, y'all first time finding our channel, hit the subscribe button. If you guys seen it, tell us your guys' thoughts down below. But hey, with saying that, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.